Get ready to watch a video from a junkyard.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. Welcome back to the Junkyard shop. Sorry, late start today. Even though I got up early this morning, I just took my time. I'm not gonna lie. I just took my time. And I said, all right, let's go. So good morning. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. And we'll switch cameras over here for a minute so I can say hello. Oh, the lighting's terrible. You can see all my peach fuzz because I've been lazy. Let's turn that off for a second here. There we go. Now we could, there's no silhouette of me, but it's not the best picture. I could have a light over here, but nah, screw it. Nice boat. It's a kayak. It's my daughter's. It's actually not mine. So her ex got that for her as a birthday present. So when they broke up, she took it. She made sure she got it back from him because it was in his storage locker. She's never taken it out, and obviously, she said I could take it out whenever I want to, which I have not taken it out. It's very heavy, so I would need to get a trolley for it. And I think they have them where it fits in these holes right here. A little bit of a rigger thing. And I could get it. I got it on top of my car, so I was able to put it in my car, but to get it down, the thing is, it weighs a freaking ton. It's fun. I've tried kayaking. I like it. I've done kayaking before. And this is a good fishing kayak. I just have not done it on this one. I've done kayaking before on similar ones like this, and I had a blast doing it. But I would love to go fishing because this is a really good fishing kayak. It's got fishing things on it and everyone, but I just haven't. Anyway, so today we are going to. We have three. I gotta switch cameras here, guys. I'll turn this light back on. So we have three cutting boards. Again, we are down to the last. I have one cutting board left ready to sell. Then we have these three that just need to get cleaned up and ready to sell. And I think we'll just keep those hovering, and then we're gonna get to the point where anybody wants to custom pre-order one. I'm going to start probably making pre-order ones until we get closer to TwitchCon, and then I'll try to make a dozen or so for TwitchCon and have them to take them with me. In the meantime, though, we'll clean these up today, and then we'll have, I do have some things I got to finish on the laser, as well as start getting inventory set up. I want to start making coasters. So I want to do a focus. We're going to have a D&D focus for a couple months. I'm going to make some D&D coasters. We're going to make some D&D towers. Even though I don't know how to play D&D, D&D seems to be, I see it more and more in the chat and people talking about it. So I got some D&D dice. And then I also have a mold where I want to make some D&D holzer. What laser do we use? We use the X-Tool D1 Pro is the one we use. And then I got some D&D dice here. Like here's a D20. D20! I got a 9. D20! I got a 10. D20! Oop, don't go off the ground. D20! I got a 3. D20! I got a 5. D20! I got a 20! Let's go! I got a 20. So I don't know what all these other dice are for. I really don't, but anyway. and gets a 4. No, I got a 20. I did get a D20. I rolled a 20. What does that mean? I have freaking no idea. All right. Hey, Jim. Hey, Melly. I feel real dehydrated today for some reason. Not really sure why, but oh well. I got the wet door open over here. I do have the bug guys coming today. Every 2 months since I've lived here, literally for, God, we've lived here for, I guess 10 years. So wait. We moved in December 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we've lived here 9 years in this place. It'll be 10 years this year. So 2025, at the end of this year, it'll be 10 years since we moved here into this house. Excuse me, I still got my coffee, guys, so unfortunately you guys are gonna have to deal with that. When we're probably using the plane, I'm gonna put my mask on so I don't suck up any dust when we get the machines going. But in the meantime, I wanna work on some of these things here. We also got to design, I want to start designing the new token. And I got to figure out how we're going to mail those out. They got to be flatter than, even if they're too bulky, they charge me more. But I want to keep them thin enough where I can put them, and I think this is going to be okay, where I'll put them in an envelope. And probably a little sticky thing to keep there so it doesn't move in an envelope so it's less expensive. Because literally it goes from, what, 80 cents a letter, a stamp now or whatever it is, to $5. And it's just like, so I want to try to keep the cost low as far as that goes. Because definitely last year income was not what the last 4 years prior were here on Twitch TV. So, which is understandable. It was an election year. You know, this country, every country is going through a little bit of a what the fuck scenario. So yeah. All right. Hey, Hound and Fox, are you still here? Hound and Fox, are you still? I saw you were in chat. Are you still here, Hound and Fox? I don't know if she's still here. Let's see. Seeing if Hound and Fox is here or not. I see him in chat. Hound? Hound? They're not lurking. They literally pulled my tab up because I'd said hello and went to another streamer and watching their other stream. Is that considered lurking? Lurking, I consider that they're still listening to the stream and watching. But that's what I consider lurking. If they pull up a tab and then they go to another stream and start watching another stream or doing something, that's not lurking. That's just, I'm tabbed in. When I lurk, just have you on my TV, so I'm just listening. Yeah, see, that's lurking. I agree, that's lurking. Lurking for me is in on the page, watching them live, but not chatting. Exactly. So lurking, Hound and Fox just has me tabbed in. That's all. They got me tabbed in. That's what I call that. I'm just tabbed in. So when Hound and Fox decides not to have me tabbed in anymore, then I want to show them something. But I'm just tabbed in. All right. We also have this. We have some glue on here we got to get off. And the reason we take this glue, this excess glue off, is because it helps. Glue, if you're not aware, glue tends to be harder than the wood itself. Once the glue sets and is dry, it's harder than the actual wood. So when you go put the glue through your machines, the glue can actually damage the machines. So if I can get a chunk of it off before it gets through the blade, it prolongs my blades. That's quality glue if it damages your blades. Well, I use only the best glue that literally that I've seen everybody says is the best glue, which is what do you call it? Type on 3. Thank you. Thank you, Blue. So I'm gonna have this doing its stuff because I got not a lot to do with this, but then I also want to start making, I want to get the, what do you call it made? I don't know what just happened. All right, let's try that again. I got the wrong one. How many millimeters is 42 compared to inches? .65 inches. Thank you. That's right. All right, that's better. That was weird though. That's right. The first one wasn't right. That one's right. Hey, Skippy, how you doing? Junk, you gonna make any more large cutting boards? Well, just when you say large, are you talking about like the 18 by 24? If you want those are gonna be pre-orders only. So I'll make it, but you're gonna have to pay for it before I make it. Because those I don't want to make, but I'll make them all if they're pre-ordered. Because I'm not gonna make them again. So I'll make some of those big boards, and I'll put up a thing for pre-orders on those, and then I'll make those. Because if I get one pre-order, then I'll make a couple of them at one time. Otherwise, I don't plan on it. Even though everybody needs a cutting board, and everybody loves my cutting boards, I've never had anybody complain about my cutting boards. It's still, I've already flooded the market with my cutting boards, and the original cutting boards that people bought, at the very, very first round, since then, my cutting boards have actually surpassed. So anybody who got my first cutting boards, which were good cutting boards, don't get me wrong, I would love them to order us another one. 12 by 12 by 18. Because I could only make 12 inches because that's as wide as my plane can go. To make them that size. But yeah, I'll make them. I just want pre-orders for any of those from now on. I mean, eventually everything sells. Like my end grain cutting boards, I was worried about it at first because they didn't sell right away. But finally, 2 months later, they all sold. All 7 of them sold. And I'm never going to make those that sold. Those designs, you'll never see those again. I'll never make those designs again. So any of the new ones I make are going to be all new designs, new patterns, new styles, So all those cutting boards are literally one of a kind. One of a kind, So they'll never be made again. I'm struggling a little financially, but your cutting boards are on my list to buy, and Hey, you know what? Honestly, Wendy, I don't plan on going anywhere. So if the funds are there for you in the future, the funds are there. You know, if not, as long as you're here watching and being part of the chat and the community, I am excited about that. Did Hound and Fox ever show themselves or no?
If you're looking for videos, then you're at the right place. Easy to look out, so any smile on
Melly, thanks for gifting a sub over to Wendy. God damn it, Hound and Fox. Okay.
They have given 120 big subs in the channel.
Thank you, Melly. All right, so today we also have Among Us tonight with the group. I did download. I know some of you guys didn't want me to do it, but I've been tempted just to try it, and I made room on my computer to do it. I downloaded Marvel Rivals. Now, am I going to be good at it? Probably not. I'm curious about it though, so I figured I'd try it and see what we could do with it. Well, I figured I'd try it, and you know, my friends constantly say, "Hey, do it, Junkyard." So I figured, what the hell? Are you teaming up with anyone that might make it more fun? Oh, I think I would only team up with ones to make it more fun. Otherwise, I don't think I'd enjoy it at all. Am I teaming up tonight? I want to jump in just to try it, you know, to see to get the feel for it. I'll probably do that off stream, just to try it, and then on stream I'll get you guys to help walk me through it, you know. All right. Gonna be for the glue. Let me get a clamp for that.
If you're looking for videos, then you're at the right place. Easy to look out.
Let's go. Junkyard, Junkyard.
Get ready to watch a video from Junkyard.
That. is classic music right there. Bathtub Meatball, thank you so much for your Prime. It's so fine to have your Prime. I get questioned when gaming, that's for sure. Bathtub meatballs. Well, definitely, that's you're in the bathtub, and your meatballs are your meatballs in the bathtub. So that's where that comes from, I would assume, right? All right, what we're doing over here is we're doing a couple things. I'm using the laser over here to finish up some things that are going out for some peeps that we're going to mail these out. And then I have some other stuff we're working on, the coasters today. We're going to be making, I'm out of some Z-Royal Viking coasters. And so I like to keep inventory at bay. So we're going to keep those going. We're going to keep those going for us. Again, we just got the calm music on in the background, guys. Just the calm music. We got to come up with a new program to entice the 5 gifted subs. Those ornaments for November and December were amazing. It helped keep the channel going. So we'll have to figure out something definitely for everything else. You know, we'll have to come up with something else to go with. Hey, how you doing? Okay. I think you guys can see this. All right, I think this is all set. Oh, no, it's not. I'm missing something over here. This goes here. All right. See, what's really cool is I have 3 different circuits in my garage. I need one more 10-footer cord. So I do got to go over to Harbor Freight and get one, because I find I don't need these 25-footers, but I end up using them anyway, because that's all I have. But what's so cool is that the fact, I was concerned that I'm going to need to go get another circuit for my tools. I was going to have to get a hardwired in for another thing, and by accident, I figured out I have actually 3 different circuits in my shop. The reason I say by accident is because fortunately all my circuits in the whole house are GFI locked in, you know? And with the GFI being locked in the way it is, I wasn't sure where they were. And so my lights went out outside. And I thought the box blew because we had a massive rainstorm. And I went to look at the box, and the box was all sun-dried and decaying, and it was. So I thought it was bad. So I unplugged it, and I came in the house and plugged it into the house, and it worked. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then it was the circuit. So I went back, plugged it back in outside, and came and looked at the circuits, and I couldn't find the GFI for the ones outside until I figured it out. It was the one in here. But the one being in here, this plug wasn't working, but this one was. And I thought these two were on the same circuit. I was like, wait a minute. So those two are separate circuits, and I already knew this one's a separate circuit altogether, because that one's not a GFI, but that's one of one only, and that one's meant for a freezer or a refrigerator that goes into the garage. And so that's where I have that one. I have that plugged into my freezer full time, 24/7. So when I did that and I saw that this one still worked, but that one didn't, I was like, holy shit, we got 3 different circuits out here. So I was giddy, you know. I am making sourdough bagels for gifts. You're making homemade sourdough bagels? I had a bagel this morning for breakfast. It was delicious. 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 Can't go wrong with a good bagel. I'm telling you. The wiring sounds insane. Hello, my dad had rewired his entire home because the window AC in the room was connected to the living room and kept overloading it. It was wonky, yeah. Well, the only reason I know, I put this circuit in over here. So the circuit on this wall, I connected to this outlet over here. So you're able to, so with plugs, you can make them run 24/7 if you know which wire that's coming down, which is the hot wire, and then you just loop it back in and back out. And I actually put this one in, but I thought this connected to this GFI over here. I thought it was all one circuit. Fortunately, it was not. That one goes to that circuit up there. So anyhow, so I installed this one myself. I did that, so. I'm a handy type of guy. I know how to do a lot of these things, so. Okay, first what we need to do is we need to get the box on here. This jig is getting to the point, it's still flat. Yeah, it's still flat, so we're good. But it is getting It's getting beat up. I'm not gonna say it's not getting beat up. This one I don't even need any shims on it. That's how good we got this one. But I'm still gonna put it on here anyway, just to make sure. So we put the hot glue on there. The hot glue sets it and fixes it in. The reason I make sourdough everything, my mom has a gluten allergy. That's the only thing she can digest. So I love sourdough bread. I love sourdough bread. If only I could redo the electricals in my apartment. Hey, Scatman, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, so what we're doing is I glued the cutting board to the jig. This jig gives it a flat surface. So if I were to put this, this cutting board's already flat anyway, but if I put this cutting board through this and it wasn't flat, it was wobbly, when it goes through the plane, it would actually wobble. The plane would just follow the wobbleness of the board. And so when the board comes out, it would be wobbly. Now this, being flat as it is, it's already good. Otherwise, I would put shims on here and fix it, which I have shims. I just got to get them. But this board was already pretty much flat already because when I glued it, you know, that's how good I am. You know, this is starting to get a little rough here. I'm not gonna say it's not. Oh, we got to put some clamps on this thing. I gotta clamp it down to the table, otherwise it will it'll move. All right, I'm gonna get my mask on, you guys. So once I put my mask on, I'm gonna sound more like Darth Vader, but I don't want to suck in any of this dust. So, all right, you guys could probably still hear me, I'm assuming. Yeah, you guys could still hear me. Now it's going to get loud with the machines. If it gets too loud, just let me know. And I'll turn it off. But All right. So is that better? I mean, you still got the vacuum going. I know it was pretty loud though. You guys said it was too loud. So it wasn't loud to me, but then on the desktop and not through the headphones, earbuds, or anything like that. What? What? Hello? What? I turned it off. You guys can hear me now though. Now this is snipe. See that? That's what you call snipe. And I'll take that off when we put it through the drum sander. That'll go away. See, the board looks like this. And then it'll turn into this. Before, trying to get the light on it. Before, after. All right, so we got that one done. So once again, when you take it off, the snipe is, once you take it off the jig, the snipe is not as bad once you put it through. So you can still see the snipe. You can see it right here and right here. Now, lots of times people make a cutting board oversized, almost 4 inches, and they cut that off. Now, these are still oversized by 2 inches. Because I make extra space for, like, things like this, so I could cut that off and it goes away, So you'll never see that on the cutting board, but there's a big chunk out of that wood, but I cut it. So this board, it will end up, right now it's like 9.5 inches by 14 inches. But this board's gonna end up 12 inches by 9 inches or so. Hi, Floofy. So that's what this is. And again, I have one board right now available that's available for sale on my website. You can buy one right now if you want. All right, let's do the next one. Again, I have my mask on because I've had so much respiratory shit going on. Oh, in fact, let's turn on the air. I forgot to turn the air vacuum on too. Let's turn that on also. So the air vacuum is going to suck up air. It's going to circulate the air. I forgot to turn that on. So it's on now though. So that'll circulate air. All right, so we got that one done. Let's get the next one done here. again, what I'm doing is I'm taking off the little nubbies of glue off the bottom of this thing. Now you really need to get a new one of these blade scrapers. It's time to retire this one. It's done really good. It's just time to retire it. Okay, so there's a wobble in this one. So we got to get the shims on this one. So I'm going to grab some shims here. And all these shims, we made these shims here on the show. So the shims, I'll put them in here. Then I'll glue the shim in. And I'll let that sit for a minute. Then we'll break the edge of it off. Commercials coming up, you guys. Ad breaks coming in. Ad breaks coming in. All right, I'm gonna mute you guys, all right? All right, so this one, you can see I got a lot more snipe on this one than the other board did. Now, because the other board I was able to flip-flop it around a little bit more. This board, the maple was a little bit more finicky. On wood, there's like any, you've seen wood, it's got the grains on it. And one thing that'll happen is when you put it through a planer, if the grain is backwards from the blade, it'll rip the wood out. So you got to flip the board around, and I see that. I know what I'm looking for, so I'll see it. I flip the board around and I go through, and it's a smooth transition and cleans it up more that way. But I can't put it through enough to keep taking the snipe off, because it won't, because with taking the snipe off, I'm able to put the board back and forth and it cleans the snipe up. But with that said, I can put it through the jump sander, which is right here, and that'll clean that up and shave that down where it's a nice smooth transition both ways. But there's the next board. That'll be a cutting board for somebody. Oh, so I saw this video last night, you guys, of a new game coming out the end of this year, we hope. And I'm really actually excited about it. And I want to learn more about it. And it's, I don't know if you guys seen the video. I'll show it later on tonight, but it's called Spacecraft. So it's like, bye Grizzly. It's a mixture of obviously crafting games, Satisfactory, and Spacecraft also. Now, I don't know if there's any PvP or anything like that. It's literally brand new. On the well, I guess the devs have been out for a little while. But they showed the tour. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but watch the video of it. It's called Spacecraft, and I'm excited about it. Oh, we got another sub. Shit, I missed it. Oh no, I did see it. Bathtub Meatball. Yeah, I saw that. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited about it, everybody. I'm excited. So we'll see what that looks like for us. Let me see. Thank you. The video is pretty cool. I'll show the video later on. But it's called Space. I got to put it on my wish list. So when it comes out, I don't forget. So the thing reminds me about it. Because it's not coming out till the end of 2025. So we got time. Oh, did it? I need to play Ark? We can look at Ark. We can look at Ark. Now, is there an Ark 2? Now is Ark are you a human or are you a dinosaur in a dinosaur world? So do you control the dinosaurs or are you fighting against the dinosaurs? Wait a minute. What's not playable yet? Oh, Arc 2 is not? Well then, it's not out? When's Arc 2 coming out? Well, 7 days to die, you can't do that by yourself. You need people to survive. I mean, you can do it by yourself, but it's better with more people. All right, so that last board, unfortunately, I didn't realize it. So there was obviously a knot hidden inside. So I was trying to hopefully get rid of the knot, but the knot's pretty deep. So it's a thinner board. So I'm gonna end up putting feet on this board. I'm not gonna sell this board. I think I'll make this one as a giveaway. So this board, because I don't feel, I could fix this, but with that knot, I'm not going to be happy with it. And what I mean, I could pack some, either an epoxy or glue in there, and because the knot's not coming out, but there's a little bit of imperfection there that I will not sell this board. I'm not going to sell this board because that imperfection is too much of a imperfection for me to be happy with. Now it's flat and it's smooth. You know, you won't get a splinter or anything with. But this will be a giveaway board. We'll still make it, finish it. I'm gonna put feet on it so you use only this side of the board, because this board's fine. This side is fine, but there'll be feet on it, but I won't sell this board. So we'll use this as a giveaway. Hello. Hey, sorry, were you knocking on the front door? I apologize about that.
I just didn't want.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you were on Twitch.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing my show right now. Yeah, no, have at it.
All right. Yeah.
All right, same thing. Yeah, we'll probably have to check these. I'm not sure if we got to check these or not. So.
Yeah. I
So
can check for you.
yeah, you want? I mean, you don't need to do the inside of the garage though. So.
Yeah. Please. Switch them out. How many you got in there?
1, 2, 3, 4. I think 6.
Okay.
6. Yeah, just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. So
Just stick your head in. I mean, the camera is facing the door, but if you don't want to be on the door, I'll shut the door. So, you're good. All right. All right, man. That's the whatchamacallit. The bug guy, and I told you about that. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead, and he knows I'm a Twitch guy, so he knows I'm a streamer. So we're gonna do this. So I'll give this as a giveaway. So we'll do this as a giveaway. So I don't know, we'll figure it out how to hey Junk, I'm going to get into woodworking soon. Do you have some must-have tools? Well, I think always one of the main first tools is always to get a decent table saw. I think table saw is a must. And it just depends on what you're gonna make. But I think a table saw, even though right now I got a lot of shit on top of it, I think a table saw is a must. So, because we're gonna use a table saw to clean this board up after we're done sanding it. You can get by without a planer if need be. You can get by without a drum sander. You know, these are luxuries I did not get till later on in woodworking. So, so those are what I recommend. But yeah, I mean, and again, start cheap. You know, if this is something you're just dabbling in and you're not sure about, I would go on and get, you know, unless you can afford it, obviously. But all my tools, I started off with used tools. And to the point where I said, okay, this is a tool I use a lot. Let's get a new one and let's get a better one, i.e. my table saw, i.e. my drum sander, i.e. these. And these were ones that, this actually I was able to get on sale for a couple $100. And all the used ones I saw were the same price, so it's like, screw it, I just got a new one. Now, again, this is not the top of the line drum sander. I think the DeWalt one is better than this one, but you know, for what I do, I've figured out how to use this one pretty good. Eventually, I got myself, you know, a filter system over time. You know, I got into the lasering. Over time. So slowly but surely, you just teach yourself what more you can do with the tools you acquire. But I think the first part probably would be a table saw, maybe a chop saw. You can probably get a chop saw pretty inexpensive. Then I got myself a drill press. So first thing I got was a table saw. That was my first thing, and I was happy with it until the point where it's like, all right, I'm done with this table saw. I got to get rid of it, and I got a new one. That one I ended up giving over to my future son-in-law. He has it now. And then slowly but surely just tchotchke stuffs, you know. Yeah, and then, a sander. And then, yeah, you'll definitely want, I got this DeWalt, a plug-in sander, variable speed. It was $80 at Home Depot. So I was very happy with this one. Yeah, you don't, honestly, woodworking, just dabble in it first. Again, a cutting board is probably your easiest thing to make and teach yourself, you know, but it's also, I like to make functional art. You know, that's what I tend to make, is functional art. And so that's where I go. Now, I would like to make some woodsy, artsy stuff, which I want to dabble in this year. But like the Dungeons and Dragon dice tower, I think that's something we're gonna have fun making. I'm gonna try to make a little bit heavier duty one than the one. I got some plans, and I'm not, you know, I paid $5 for the plans, and I think I might use some of the ideas, but I think I'm gonna change it up a little bit. The plans that they gave me, I'm gonna use the size, but I'm gonna change it up on some of it. I think we're gonna change, because I'm not totally convinced I'm happy with the whole kit and caboodle. I also would like to make maps. I really enjoy cutting maps and doing 3D things utilizing the laser. Now this laser is only gonna last so long till the point I have to change it, unfortunately. But it's been running smoothly well over a year now. So she's giving me good. I had a 10 watt, it wasn't powerful enough. We jumped to the 20 watt, which has been more than good. I've been very happy with the 20 watt. So I think that's where I'm gonna stay with that. But then it just depends on what you end up getting into. Me and my wife are going to make a catio start this summer, if you know what that is. No, I have no idea what a catio is. Is that a patio with the C? We're gonna build a patio, but it's a catio. I have no idea what it is. Catio is a patio for cats. Oh, well, there you go. So you're gonna find that you're gonna want to send. I moved the camera so they can't. I'll turn the camera down so they can't see you. Yeah, there's one behind there. There was one behind there.
There still is.
How's everything going? You have a good holiday?
Oh yeah.
All right.
You?
Good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
No problems or anything?
nah. You know, everything's done and over with as far as that goes now. Now I'm back in the shop on 2025. That's the biggest thing is because, you know, I gave myself a little bit break in November and December, but being in the shop, so now we're back in the shop, so.
Perfect weather to be in.
Oh my God, yeah. Normally I would keep the door open, but every time I do, the neighbors come start talking and everything. So when I'm doing the show, I got to keep the show down. Is there one there? Or there might not be one there. Oh, is it? Quiet. I know it's somebody else you want to say hello to. Go away.
What's the Twitch name again?
Junkyard 129.
I remember, I knew it was junk something.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, we're just doing the wood shop today, tomorrow, and then we'll doing some gaming and stuff. So,
Okay.
all right, man, you're all done.
Yeah.
All right, man, I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. No questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. Take care. Thanks. He didn't want to be on camera, which I don't blame him. He says I don't want to be on camera. So I took him off camera so he didn't have to be on camera. Catios are amazing if you make your own. We made a catio. Somebody, Seabass, thanks for the 2 months, man. Yeah, the one thing you'll notice about a table saw, if you get a table saw, and if you're building a patio. Now, with a catio, lots of times you can go buy the lumber and you don't need to cut anything too much. With a catio, and if that's what you're gonna make, I'd probably look at a chop saw before a table saw. Because a chop saw, you'll be able to put the long pieces of wood and just chop it down. And also with a catio, you're gonna find that you're gonna probably wanna use 2x2 boards instead of 2x4 boards, because you don't need to make it overabundance of, I mean, unless you really want, you can make like the initial outside frames of the catio 2x4s. So that's your main frame. And then the bars down in the middle where you're just gonna connect the wire to, or whatever you're gonna use 2x2s, you know? So you can just save some money on that. I mean, not necessarily. You don't need to, I mean, it depends on the pre-drilling. There's not a lot of pre-drilling you're gonna need on a catio. You could, you know, it just depends how, you know, how clean you wanna make it. If you wanna make it clean, you know, get yourself a pocket. You can make your pocket hole drills and things like that. It just doesn't matter. A good comparison can be to get an inexpensive track saw so it covers circular and table saw needs. Well, yeah, I mean, a track saw you're going to use if you're going to have big 4x8 sheets of plywood. Otherwise, I don't think a track saw is one of the first go-tos to purchase. I mean, I got a track saw boards, and it's not a track saw. It's just a straight edge where you put it on, and then the table saw runs on the edge of this. You know, that's what I use, and I got these pretty inexpensive. A lot of my inexpensive stuff I've purchased is at Harbor Freight. You know, right? 2x2s would definitely save the weight too. Yes, we're gonna make it where we can store it for the winter, so detachable parts. Okay, yeah. So maybe even look at pocket holes, or 2x2s. I think you would be good. Depends how big the catio, I love that name, catio, would be. You know, it depends how big your catio is going to be. But yeah, I mean, track saws are always cool. Now, see, as far as this, so with this one, so we only got 2. So we're gonna have to go make a lumber run. And I already told my buddy, hey, I'm gonna call you because I'm gonna make some lumber run. I ended up making these, I think we're gonna make these charcuterie boards. I was gonna make them smaller, but I think I'm gonna keep, people were showing interest in keeping these bigger. So I think we're gonna keep these bigger and a solid piece of wood and just make a nice handle on them. Maybe I could just make them with 2 handles altogether. I don't freaking know. We just gotta sand them down and clean them up. Catio, yes, definitely. Catio. Okay, we're gonna use the drum sander now. All right. Bear with me a minute. I gotta go check something. I'm in. Hey, little buddy. There's my little buddy. You went and grabbed your toy? He grabbed his toy because he heard somebody else's voice in the shop, and he wanted to go check to see who it was. Animals need some water, it looks like. Animals need some water. All right, let me get you some water. I can hear your machine thing over here. Now again, we have Among Us today at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Let's see. Alright. Alrighty. La dee da da da, la da da, da da da, ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba ba. Ba-da-bum, 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 bum, bum. It's a bigger one. Let's focus on those. Ba-ba-da-bum, 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 bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next thing is to set up the drum sander. And you know how finicky this frickin' pain in the ass thing can be, but it does the job. It does the job. All right, so we got our stuff down there. I'm gonna push this over here. All right. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay. All right, we're going to put the mask back on. So I will be muffled once again. Now this is not going to be as loud, so I don't think I need to turn the sound off. If it is too loud, let me know and I'll turn it off. The other thing is a lot louder, so let me know. This one's not as loud, so. Hey, one fun run. Thanks for the follow. Sound is good. It's not too loud. Thank you, Victor. It's tolerable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you guys hear me talking? When I talk, can you guys, I'm not trying to yell, but I am yelling a little bit. All right. Now I can always move my mic, but then it'll sound like my mic's in my mouth. Because I've done that before for you guys. Pumpkin is tolerable. We do put up with pumpkin. Oh. Oh, you know, we appreciate you, Pumpkin. You know we do. So remember the snipe? Remember the snipe? This and this? You could see that, right? You could see that on the camera. When you put it through the sander, it takes it away. So this is before. That line, then it takes it away. This is slower, so I can talk to you guys if you have any questions. I'm just seeing how many people are paying attention. again, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Let me take a look. Bye, Floopy. Hello, Maggie. We're making cutting boards, Maggie. My place has such bad humidity and mold issues that I can't have wooden cutting boards, but I love them. The feeling of cutting on wood just can't compare. Well, that's terrible. That's one reason I don't move to, that's one reason I consider staying in, hey, Tamara. One reason I consider staying in Arizona because the humidity level's so low here, you know. How do you know it's sanded enough? Should be smooth enough? Well, right now we're sanding this down on 80 grit sandpaper is what I got inside the drum sander. And it's a visual thing, so I can see that. I just sand it until I'm happy with how it feels and how it looks, and make sure that there's no snipe, because we've talked about the snipe already. So I make sure there's no snipe left. So I may put this through a dozen times, more or less, I don't know, it just depends. And then, so this is 80 grit sandpaper. We're going to sand this again at 120. Then we're going to sand it again at 220. Or 150, I'm sorry, 150. We go 80, 150, 220 is what we do it at. Pop quiz. What snipe? Asking for a friend. Are you asking me or are you asking chat? Because I've already talked about it a couple times. Pop quiz, is this pop quiz to me or pop quiz to chat? I'll have to show you on the other board because there's no snipe left on this board. Obviously you can tell somebody's not listening, but that's okay. Yeah, I know. Snipe is when you put the board through the planer, which is over here. You can't see it. The planer right here. It leaves a little indentation in the wood because what happens is the wheels grab the board and the board teeter-totters on itself in the machine. Thus makes it gets a little thing called snipe on the end of it. And by putting it through a drum sander, it's really easy to get rid of that snipe. If I did not have a drum sander, I'd honestly just have to cut that snipe off and it would be wasted amount of wood. But since I have the drum sander helps save the wood and it gets rid of that snipe. Now again, we have cherry, Purdue, walnut, cherry, purple heart, maple, purple heart, and cherry. So this is snipe. It's hard to see it on this board. This board doesn't have as much snipe as the last board did. But if you see it, there's a little faint line right there. That's snipe. Yeah, smooths out the spoon. For dirty grill. Okay, that's a different way to look at it, but I like it. I like it. Good, good, good. Now again, you put to get it perfect in here, you put it in the machine, you put it where it just grabs it. And it just grabs it. You can move it, but it's hard. You take it out. You put it back in. And that's where you do it. Just where it grabs it. And you can hear it. I could hear it. Even with my ear things on, I could hear it touching the wood. Now again, a drum sander, you never want to hog it out. It's a very, very dainty little, just a little bit at a time. You never want to hog out a lot on this. And that's one thing I did not know when I first got a drum sander. I taught myself that. Because when I first got it, it was like, shit, I'm just going to go in there and hog out a bunch. Nope. You want to do it just a little bit at a time. Just a little hair. Just a little hair. Bet your sweet ass junk comes in wood. Okay, that's random, but okay, I like it. Something sidearm would say. Freaking sidearm. Last time I was able to do any woodwork was when I whittled a cat statue for my mom in school. It ended up looking more like a bear. I love it, I love it. Chair and wood shop in high school. It's held up to only 350 pounds. Do you still have it, or did somebody at 350 pounds sit on it and it broke it? I still have, I've never made a chair. I made a step stool, that's gone. I made one for my daughter when I was a youngin'. When she was young and I was young, I used my my router and made one. That thing you could put 350 pounds on. But I never made a chair. I gotta sit down for a minute here. Wearing that mask for a while tends to get to me after a bit.
If you're looking for cool videos, then you're at the right place. From PC to the console, they leave a smile on your face. Junkyard, Junkyard. Get ready to watch a video